Welcome, friends. This is Emmy. I'm a CZT, class of 14, so I've been teaching a while, and before that I was a public teacher, and I enjoyed that very much too. So we're on GratitangleZ and studying for the month of November together with the idea of being grateful for something. My goodness, we have so much when you look around your house, and I look around mine. And I know we both do this, and we have so much to be grateful for. I am grateful for you and for your being here. And I was thinking about what I really wanted to focus on today. And I really want to focus on how lucky I am to have everyday routines and know that my routines are healthy for me, and I can learn and do more with this. But everyday things is what I want to be thankful for today. I'm going to put that on the back of my card here. And today we're studying the pattern called Pip. Pip is by Heidi Hopkins. She's a CZT, and beyond that, she's got a little bit of information about her online, but not a ton. So we're going to do our two patterns of her, and then we'll see how far we get with it. So what I'm going to do is I have my supplies. I have my 01 pen, my micron. I have my blender stump, and I will need my pencil today, and I may need my eraser, but I'm not sure about that. This is another one of those very whimsical tiles, and I've decided to turn it into kind of a flower. So I'm not worried about perfect orbs here or circles. I'm just going to make my best version of a circle. And with Pip, the next thing we're going to do is come down below about, here would be dividing it in half. And I'm going to think I'm dividing it in thirds. And I'm going to put a little tiny line, a dot. You probably can't hardly see it. I'm going to put a dot on each side. And I'm going to bring this up, kind of a lazy curve, and reconnect on the other side. The next part about Pip is I'm going to find where the middle is on this, and I'm putting a tiny dot, a pen dot in there. And I'm going to bring another curve up to here. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Bring a lazy curve up to here. And then in the middle between these two, and again I'm going to put a dot to aim for, I'm going to put a top half of a triangle so that it connects just a bit like a nose, I'd say. I don't know. I think it looks a bit like a nose. And that's pretty much the tangle. So I'm going to do another one, a little bit smaller. Lay yourself out another orb just to practice this sweet tangle. Find yourself about, like we did before, about a third of the way up on each side, and then aim for one side or the other, whichever you choose. My paper has a funny mark in it. I hope it doesn't bother you. Okay, aiming for the middle here, and then I'm going to take now that I've created that, I'm going to take a line over, another line the other direction. And then I'm going to make that little bit of a triangle up and down. And then I have things I'd like to do with this because I can't help myself. But this is the basic pattern. And what I'd like to do first with this one is just make, it just begs for me to do this. So I'm going to add a series of sticks, every other one. Now that's not part of her original pattern, but people do these things. We can't help ourselves. I'm going to take a little chunk out of that curve and make it even more down. And then I'm going to widen this where it meets the outside edge a little bit more, like that. I think it's so cute. So I'm going to put some dots on top here. And I think I'll just fill the whole region up with substantial dots. And this time, I think what I would like to do is use that bottom line that I have here, and I'm going to come along like this and make a series of sticks that radiate out. And I'm going to do that on the other side too. Now this is just Emmy's embellishment. Don't have to do this if you don't want. I just think it just seemed like a really good idea. And this time I'm going to darken this triangle, totally darken it. And I bet you're going to come up with all sorts of other things that you can do with this sweet little pattern that Pip seems appropriate to this, to me. Now I'm going to put it on a stem, just because it seems like a good idea. A little bit of thickening down toward the bottom and then thin when I come up here. And I'm going to have another one here too. So at the moment, I'm going to take right off for, let me take this out a little bit so that you can see. I'm going to add this to my calendar. And I have a day allowed for it, the 15th of November. Oh my goodness, is this month going fast? I can't believe it. So our pattern is Pip by Heidi Hopkins, and I'm going to start in the corner. Actually, I shouldn't do that. I'm going to start with my orb, and maybe I'll do another one. And this time I think I'll even maybe do 3. And then I'm going to do that same process, a third of the way on either side, and then connect it with a kind of a giant frown. Find the middle as you choose it to be, and those two. And then that little carrot in the middle. I'm going to do this again. I made a frown, find the middle, take off on each side, and then the carrot in the middle. Let's do it again. Kind of a largish frown. From the middle, make that orb on each side. And connect. Now you could make a bunch of these. Connect all 3 or 4 or however many you decided to make. Oh my goodness, you could do so much with this fun tangle. So this time, at this point, I think I'm just going to go down. And I want to come back and pick up a tiny bit of shading because it will make this pattern come alive much better and much in a new way. So grab your pencil and let's get some shading below the frown on each of these. Let's get some shading in that triangle nose. And maybe let's do a little shading all the way around and let that thing lift off the page, that cute little orb that we made. Sweet pattern, don't you think? I hope you liked it. I'd love to see what you come up with, what you decide to do with this pattern. Smudging's important. Really helps. And you know, if you don't have your blender stump handy, then just grab your Q-tip or your pencil or your finger, whatever you decide to use. I need to get a little on this stem here. That looks weird. And I think there's more things you can do. And as a teacher, I always knew that I would do my best, but I would always hope that somebody would get the idea and then do their version a little bit better or different. So thank you so much for being here for day 15. I've had a lot of fun with this, and I hope you have too. My name is Emmy, and you're how about if I do that right? You're on the Zen with Emmy channel. If you like the video and you think somebody else would enjoy doing this, be sure to include them and share it with them. So thanks a lot for being here. Bye.